Want to talk about the John George case on this channel. As with my other channel, Don's Courtroom, I have put a Jay Slater video on, and I'm trying to make it snappier on this one. It's probably too quick now on the other channel, as you can see, so I'll try and keep this one somewhere in the middle of slow to fast. So the pace has got to be fast on this one, because there are quite a few points that I wanted to make about this case. It's crazy because the authorities, the police, the cops, the feds appear to be Keystonic again. If you want to hear more, step on in and welcome to Our Don's Reviews and True Crime. First of all, the police want to go from the top. They bungled, didn't they, really? They bungled. So it was known that John George went missing. Johnny Smith phoned the police. It didn't seem too interesting, but I understand that was the emergency services. So at that time it wasn't an emergency. In my eyes it was an emergency even a week after, because he went missing. It was pretty urgent that nothing was being done. So they went to the authorities before that, reported him missing. They would have just taken a description, not thought anything of it. Oh well, somebody's gone missing. Perhaps they reappear somewhere. Perhaps they've gone abroad, disappeared somewhere, and they're grown men, and nothing was thought about it. So right from kick-off, something should have been done about it. The family came over. They suspected straight away, didn't they? Suspected Johnny straight away. Went to him, doorstepped him, something I would do myself. Yeah, a member of my family, team, or whoever else had gone missing, I would doorstep the witnesses. That's what I'd do. So there wasn't an awful lot they could do. They put the word around, and they did good work because they wanted to find the body and bring him home. That's if he was unalived, or if he passed away. May have been nothing sinister at all, but they wanted to find the body, bring him back, which they did. When they found the body, they found he'd been shot. Consequently, police didn't do anything about it, so they pull in Michael Mallet. He was squealed upon, and it was said that he did the deed by Madison, because we all heard it. But the police, the way they questioned him, I thought it would have been pretty professional, but it wasn't. That you don't hand any of the witnesses' statements to one of the suspects, one of the chief suspects that's been named. You don't hand him the witness statements and say, this is what they've said. What do you think? Or what have you got to say? And the way that it was carried out, it was unbelievable. It was just Mickey Mouse, was it? It's like somebody from I don't know, it's like somebody from the street. I mean, what were they, children? I mean, what were they just from a supermarket and decided to put police clothing on and just went through a checklist of questions? And people are saying that Interpol was involved or is involved. I find that hard to believe. I don't think it's high profile enough, and it certainly wasn't from kickoff thought of to be high profile. I thought originally it was, and then it was kind of Keystone Copic. The way the witnesses were talking, it was just unprofessional. And will we ever know the motive? Hopefully we should have got down to it by now, but we should do, yeah, we should do within time, I think, on this one. But it could have been known a lot earlier. So when the police are just handing around statements from other witnesses to the witnesses, and they're just going, oh, so-and-so said this, so-and-so said that. There's no There's no rhyme and reason to their questioning. It's just back of a fag packet stuff, just like the Jay Slater case. So that's the Guardia. What are the international police doing or done? What are the people that act on behalf of the Northern Irish community? What kind of policing were they using? Because it all seems just complete chaos, absolute chaos. Now, if somebody is a witness, and we all know that Johnny, Maddie, and Michael O'Malley were witnesses to start with, you wouldn't let them wander off somewhere. And it was reported on social media that Johnny went to Thailand early on. Well, early on, but late on after John George went missing, they just let the key witnesses go. So they know that Georgie apparently went over to see Johnny and Maddie. So therefore, don't you hold them, don't you hold on to them, because they're key witnesses, possible suspects. You don't let them wander willy-nilly where they want to, do you? Michael O'Malley, oh, they did pull him in, but he could have easily have disappeared. He's disappeared now, isn't he? Apparently along with Johnny and Maddie. So did they seize their cars? And did they seize their goods, all their goods? And I keep saying about the phones and the phone data. I don't know. Presumably they did. It was quite late on when they found the body. So was that from phone data? That was quite late on to look at phone data. That should have been straight away, as within the Jay Slater case and many other cases that I mentioned on my channel, many other cases. It just doesn't seem to happen. I just find it unbelievable that people online, content creators, seem more thorough than the authorities that are paid thousands and thousands and thousands to do their job, but they don't seem to. They're not bothered, not interested. So a search of their possessions, the whole of the property, and keep people there, keep searching, because you can upturn certain things within properties and they're not going to be on display, are they? So same with cars, you're going to take it apart, aren't you? You're going to take all their cars apart, have a good look. Might find something that's unrelated but could be criminal. So that could be some sort of lead, couldn't it? You also check all the phone data and phones from their contacts. So you go to Ireland and you get some, I don't know what warrant that you'd need, but surely people would want to help, wouldn't they? A man gets unalived. We don't know the ins and outs of why, do we? What if there was anything that Georgie was doing to upset someone else? We don't know whether I'll just say it, did he grass? Was it a debt? Or was it jealousy? Don't know. I can't think of much else really. Or did he do nothing wrong at all? What do you think? Put down in the comments if you think he did some misdemeanor. Was there a reason or a motive for it? Or did he not do anything? We don't really know, do we, really? At the moment. But we have a lot of people talking that know them, that know the witnesses or suspects. And we know certain things about them. So wouldn't it be right to check everybody's phone on those contact lists? Because somebody might have been texted, they might know something, they might say something about anything perhaps Georgie was involved in a year ago, 6 months ago, anything, just any sort of lead, any sort of conversation they've had online, on their texting, on their Snapchats or whatever they use. There must be something. That's called proper policing in my eyes. Will we ever see this go on in this country or in Spain or in other countries? Because it doesn't seem to happen. Doesn't seem to happen at all. It can't be resources because it doesn't cost much, does it, to pick up somebody's car and have a good thorough search. A mechanic can pull a car apart and have a look. They don't have to pay the mechanic huge wages abroad, do they really? So you put out an APB on all the vehicles, so you have the colour, the make, what type of car, number plate. There was a thing, the two things, front and back, called number plates. You also, as I said before, you look at the, is that the moon or is that a light? You have satellites in the sky. So whoever's got the authority for the satellite data, you look at that. That could still be looked at, especially in the J Slater case. A lot of cars buzzing around at the time, a lot of people doing things in the open air. Yeah, the satellites can be looked at, in my view, and I'm not a techie. What do you think? Put down in the comments, should satellite data be used in criminal cases? Be interesting if they were, weren't they, videos and photos. Let's go back to something like the Nicola Bulley case in open air. Could really find out what happened, couldn't you? They're like CCTV things in the sky, aren't they? Trust me. They are, and they are switched on because your phone and your watches will pick up the satellites all the time. But forgive me, I'm not an expert and I'm probably talking twaddle. Some switch has probably got to be switched on. Perhaps somebody in a control room could. Let's look at Tenerife massacre. Let's look. Boom. Perhaps the switch has got to be switched on. I don't know. But this technology is there. In Google Maps, we can look into your back garden. It can certainly see my cars, which cars. The Google Earth can pick up what cars in the driveway at the time that picture was taken. It's live. They're live satellites, isn't there? Is there live? I haven't had a look, but it's live satellites. It's kind of now, isn't it? So they can look down on your house, see your car in the driveway. Mind boggles. It's almost as if police are withholding information. Anyway, it is getting dark now. It's got dark, hasn't it? Making this video, or the other video. Remember the other video on the other channel. If you haven't seen it, it's Don's Courtroom. Please like and subscribe. It's not monetized on the other channel. Some of our videos are monetized, some aren't. The powers that be decide that because it is true crime. I'm also building a boxing channel as well, and I'm going to also do what I enjoy doing as well is biking and running. So I'm going to be looking at the countryside perhaps in another channel. Even if it gets just 20 subscribers on some of the other channels, it's quite nice to do actually. I was buzzing around today in the open countryside. It's quite nice. Also visited my mum's grave, and yeah, I can video that and share that sort of scenery with you. Thank you for watching. It's very late. As I've said on the other channel, please don't have any nasty dreams.